Ladies and gentlemen, it is your favorite bearded man, the one, the only, Bobbbaaaay, here today to talk to you about how to support the bearded man. I appreciate anybody that watches this content, listens, whether on Spotify, iTunes, you watch it on YouTube, maybe you just watch the Instagram clips, whatever the case might be. Believe me, I appreciate it. It's little comments here and there, people reaching out to me. That's the stuff that fuels me. That's what keeps me going. And I wanted to make a formal piece of content to at least give some insight as to maybe there are people that happen to be listening, enjoying the content. They don't really know how to support it. And so I wanted to create something that maybe will be useful to somebody that listens or anybody that's interested in helping out the bearded man to take this branding and to take this whole project to the next level. So I usually just go off the top of my head for a lot of these podcasts or vlogs, depending on where you're hearing or watching this. But I took a couple 10-15 minutes to write out just a couple bullet points of how you, whoever you might be, could support this podcast. So the first, to start it off, the most simplest way to help share the word about the bearded man is to literally share out the content. If there's a video, if there's a clip that you see, I think the most important platform right now would be Instagram, and you've probably heard it on the podcast platform. I started pretty much adding this to all the intros and outros of the podcast. If you enjoy this episode, please make sure to screenshot it, post it to your Instagram story, tagging @PurposeInTheYouth. It's like I can recite this right off the rip, and whatever the guest might be. That is by far that can be so helpful in so many ways because Instagram is such a powerful platform, and I'm not expecting people to go out of their way and post something on their feed about the podcast. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not expecting somebody to do that. But the story's a little bit different. It disappears within 24 hours. People kind of do that already. They like to share out what they're listening to or what they're watching. And I've found that is a great marketing tool, a great way to grow. And I even had it today. Somebody reposted one of my Instagram clips, and I've already gotten 3 or 4 followers off of it, which I'll gladly take. Every single follower, every little bit of exposure that's how you get things going. That's how you get the ball rolling. And I recently read this article about you could build a business off 1,000 genuine, true fans. And it changed my perspective on, yeah, you're actually kind of right. I think a lot of times, even myself, I'm guilty of it. I see people supporting and I'm not taking the time to really get to know them or reach out to them. And I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to do Instagram lives more and really interact with fans, or, trying to get to know you guys and gals through DM. I'm trying to take that to the next level because without people supporting it, this project would be nothing. So Instagram story, whenever you're watching a YouTube video, listening to a podcast, if you just screenshot it and post it, if you want to tag us, that'd be great, @PurposeInTheYouth or @Bobbbaaaay. That goes a long way. That definitely helps spread the word. Tweet about it. If you follow me on Twitter, you can retweet it, or even just a favorite. That goes a long way. That pulls into other people's timeline. So tweet, if you tweet it out, or if you don't want to do that, if you're on Twitter and you follow me, just hit a little favorite button, little star button. That actually gets a lot more exposure for the tweet and helps me grow the content that I'm trying to push. Post it on Facebook. I know a lot of people don't really post on Facebook anymore, but if you happen to be on there, posting on there is definitely helpful. So share it out to maybe your aunts and uncles, your grandparents. Maybe they want to, check out the bearded man. Yeah, maybe not. It's well worth it. And lastly, tell your friends about it. Tell everybody you know about it. If a podcast comes up in conversations or content or maybe beards, I don't know. Say, hey, you guys know Bobbbaaaay? You know Purpose in the Youth? You got to check it out. Just telling a friend here and there can go a long way. But I don't expect people to go out of their way to do it. It's just if it comes up in conversation, you think, I can help the bearded man out right now. Everybody get your phone out. Subscribe to this podcast right now, or our friendship's over. It's actually not going to, the friendship's not going to be over. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a joke. Yeah, not really funny though. Anyway, let's keep it going. Keep chuggling down this line. Follow and subscribe to @PurposeInTheYouth. Very important. That's the main platform where I put out all this content that you're hearing if you're just listening. Purpose in the Youth is available on iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, SoundCloud, and there's no direct YouTube channel for it. It's just under Bobbbaaaay or Bobby Hobart. But if you search Purpose in the Youth on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. You'll see my beautiful face. And whether you listen on any of the audio platforms you pick, iTunes, Spotify, just make sure you follow or subscribe, as well as on Instagram. You'll get daily clips from the podcast and some other stuff. I'm trying to incorporate previous guests and what they're doing and hopefully trying to build out more than just podcast content, trying to find other pieces of content that still funnel under this umbrella of purpose in the youth, young, passionate people doing their thing. And I'm trying to create more of a community and reach out to other people and try to show some love to them and hopefully get them some exposure, but also get the people that are following this brand happy to see more content that's not just about the podcast, but it's about everybody else that's involved. And then the other, Bobbbaaaay. Follow me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And this is, I know, really confusing. Bobbbaaaay, why do you have your name spelled out so long? Like, why did you do that? Funny story, long story short, I wanted Bobbbaay, like a normal human being. And unfortunately, that was already taken. So I said, okay, next thing, Bobbbaay, taken. Fast forward, all I could get was B-O, 3 B's, 4 A's, and a Y. So that's now how you find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Bobbbaaaay. Follow me all over the place. Poke me on Facebook, but don't actually do that because I don't use my Facebook anymore. Keep it going. Write a review or leave feedback. Also super important. On iTunes right now, I just looked. We have 56 5 stars. 56. I'll take that. See, I have a thing with 5 stars. 5-star rated Uber driver, top 2% of the world. 5 stars on iTunes podcasting. I mean, you guys, people are just not getting the memo. They see Bobbbaaaay, he's getting 5 stars. Super important. Just hitting that 5 stars helps bring us into the charts of iTunes, so that can go a long way if you haven't already. You can just hit the 5 stars on the iTunes podcast app, and if you really want to take it to the next step, you can write a review. All that I ask and all that I ever ask is one sentence, what you genuinely think of the podcast or how it's helped you. I'll read 3 just to give some people of what some insight of what people have written. Back in September, somebody wrote, absolutely love this podcast. Bobbbaaaay has some really great energy, and the interviewees are providing some great advice and inspiration every time. Another one, love the energy Bobbbaaaay and his guest bring. Notice how I have to always go Bobbbaaaay. It's like I'm a sheep. And then the next one, this podcast always keeps me inspired, whether I'm driving or just going for a walk. The guests are always extremely insightful, and you can tell Bobby has so much passion for what he's doing. Would definitely recommend adding this to your rotation. That's dope. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Young and Dumb Podcast, and shout out to Sam 1992 for writing the reviews. So if you've never written a review for the iTunes podcast app for Purpose in the Youth, and you want to, and you really enjoy this content, you're looking to help out in any way that you can, on top of everything else I've already said, if you want, go on to the iTunes podcast app, rate it what you believe of the 5 stars, and then leave a 1-sentence review, pros, cons, and everything in between. All honesty, don't bluff me. I want the truth, and that definitely helps a lot. Everything that I'm talking about right now is helpful, and if you're even listening or watching, I appreciate you, because this is really a content that's really not about anyone except myself, and I just wanted to hopefully give some people some insight. Anyway, if you've already written on iTunes or you don't want to deal with that, the only other place where you could write your 2 cents, see how I'm typing out? You could go on to the YouTube, and under podcasts that you listen to or videos that you see, leave a comment. 1-sentence comment. That's all I ever ask. Throw a little thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Drop a comment below. Whatever you thought of that video, actually put something about it. I'm more curious about what was a takeaway for you. Did you get inspired? Did you think it was entertaining? Was there a lesson learned? Did you not know about this person and now you're interested? What was the one thing that you took away? I'm very interested in hearing about. So that's one place that you could leave your 2 cents. Just type it up on your phone or whatever and drop it there. So that's iTunes or YouTube. You can write out your thoughts. The next thing, which I hate talking about, is money, right? Money. How do you turn Purpose in the Youth, my content, into a business? One thing that I'm always going to try doing my best is I've looked into to platforms like Patreon, where essentially people will pay a monthly fee and then they get access to secret content. I don't really it's a great concept. It's a great way to monetize. I don't know. I won't say I'll never do it, because I'll look like an idiot if I do it and then you guys are like, yo, Bobbbaaaay, you said you were never going to do it. Here's the content. And I look stupid. Right now in this moment, I don't want to do that. I'm way too early. I have so much to grow that I need to put out every single piece of content for free. And so I do not want to do that. The only other way I can think about of monetizing in this very moment right now, there's 2 ways to do it. And if this is not up your alley, cool. I'm not asking for your money. I'm just simply laying out the ways of how to support the podcast, whether it's writing reviews, following us all over the place, or if you have some extra money you want to spend, this is how you can do it. 2 ways. 1, merch. I don't have the biggest merch line right now. I would love to roll out so much more, but it costs so much to buy stuff, and if nobody's buying it, I'm just tying up money that I barely have money to mess with like that. So right now, the only thing I have available are hats, navy blue, white, and denim, all 3 dad hats. We have backpacks, the Go Getter backpack official. I should have brought some in for the review to show you guys, but I didn't think that through. And also I got coasters, pretty dope. Coasters right here. Boom. The Bearded Man coasters. Sit your drink right on my beard. You can actually do that. Pretty cool, right? Those are the only 3 things that I have for sale right now. And like I said, I would love to roll out even more merch. It just doesn't make sense yet. If you like any of those, check it out on purposeandtheyouth.com under the merch bar. You can see what I got. If there's something you're looking for directly, hit me up. I'm always looking for inbound ideas of what could be next. And so hit me up. Let me know what exactly you're looking for. And the last way, for money at least, the money. So instead of doing this Patreon idea, right? Instead of charging people a monthly fee and they don't really know what they're getting, it's still weird to even think of this idea, but I'm just going to throw it out there to the world. This is the only time you're ever going to hear me talk about it, and that's that. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there. I thought an idea would be to, on the purposeandtheyouth.com page, there is now a donation, a donate tab at the very top, okay? When you click into it, there's a button, and it just says support the podcast. It says every dollar donated gets reinvested into new equipment, operating costs, and put towards taking this brand to the next level. We're not here asking or begging for your money. We wanted to set this up for those who are enjoying the content, who continue to share our work, and are looking to add a little more contribution. Anything is appreciated. Thanks for the continued support. Okay, so it's there. I'm not going to sit here and say, yo, go donate money to Bobbbaaaay's cause, but I will tell you this. Anything that does come inbound, $5, $10, man, we hit $100. I'll do a backflip. I'll trim the beard up a little bit. We hit 1,000. I'm not shaving. I'm just kidding. Any dollar that gets put into this pot to Purpose in the Youth is going to stay there, and it's going to get reinvested. It's going to get reinvested to mics like this, lights, cameras, business expenses, traveling costs, for whatever the case might be. Every dollar will be put towards the business. It's not going to be me going out and buying a BMW or getting real bougie and treating myself to a nice dinner. I'm way too in on this brand and too much into content and the people that are actually supporting that I don't have any room to mess around. So like I said, there is now a donate button. You can be putting your money towards a lot of better things in this world, causes, people that are sick, people that are in worse situations than me, for sure. And I get it. I just thought, why not put it there for people that maybe they want to? Maybe they value the content. They want to see more of it. They're going to try to help Bobby get to the point. So he's doing this daily. We're dropping vlogs. We're dropping podcasts every single day or something. Cool. If they really, really, really enjoy the content and it's giving them value and they want to contribute and feel like something bigger, there it is. Now there's a donate spot, purposeandtheyouth.com. You can put anything you want. It allows you put in your email, and you can put in however much you want. But like I said, I want it to be known that every single dollar is going back into the business. I got so much room to grow right now that I don't have time or money to waste treating myself, okay? So just know that. And to wrap it all up, suggestions. Always open to any suggestion you might have. I'm always trying to figure out, what do you guys and gals like listening to? What content do you really like from me? The podcast, as I always have said, is the starting point. It's the core. It's why I do what I do. But I'm still trying to figure out other things to bring on into this whole content world. So please let me know. Let me know what you enjoy, what you dislike, what's valuable, what's not valuable, what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see less of. Any and all feedback is appreciated. It goes a long way. It kind of, trying to find that balance of creating what I think is great content to what people enjoy, try to find the middle ground, because if it's still important for me to enjoy, because if I'm not enjoying creating the content, you're going to see it in the end result, because it's not going to sound great or it's not going to look great. And so I'm trying to find that balance of what do people like, what do people not like. I will say this, a couple ideas I have moving forward, more group episodes, I want to get into those at least once a month on a rollout. I'm starting to get to a point where I think we can start getting that to happen, but it's obviously more work. Not more work, but it's harder to schedule when you're trying to bring in 3 people versus 1. Definitely more group episodes. I would like to eventually get into more behind the scenes, going out to people's studio spaces where they work, showing the behind the scenes of where they are working. I think that might be insightful and cool for people that are listening. We got my man Ben Justice right now. He's doing the Inside the Vision blog series. If you're a writer, if you like to write and you're interested in being part of it, hit up me or hit up Ben. Would be very open to bring on more writers. It just has to make sense. But Ben is going to be head of that from this point moving forward since the jump. We got my man Kirk. He's shooting visuals, behind the scenes stuff. We got a lot of stuff in rotation. I got my I'm just trying to build more people. Quick change of the camera battery, because of course I'm a rookie and I did not charge it up. So lastly, what I was saying is that if there's anything you can see, or if there is anything that you think you can bring to the table and want to help out, hit me up. Reach out to me, DM me, email me. It doesn't matter. But I'm always looking to bring on more people to the team. That's how I think take this to the next level, is finding people that really mess with the brand. If they can bring something to the table, let's find a way to make that happen. And if not, like I was kind of going through, if you just enjoy the content, you don't want to, you're not somebody that wants to be part of it, but you enjoy everything that I'm making, the best thing I can always say is just share it out, follow, subscribe everywhere. And with time, it's going to grow. With time, patience. I'm happy with how everything's going, but I thought this might be a good piece of content to make. Hopefully it's useful. Maybe it's absolutely not. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, from the bottom of my bearded heart, thank you for continuing to support me. I'll take every single follower to the bank. This is, it's always a slow growth, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I know exactly the end goal. Bobbbaaaay going to be at the top. And so right now it's just about making the best of the situation I'm in, creating the best content I can possibly can create, enjoy these interactions with the fans that are actually reaching out and DMing me, and making sure that they understand that I really do appreciate any support. So that's all I got to say. That's it. I'm getting out of here. You know how to support. You know where. You just heard the entire podcast. You just watched the video. So let me know what you guys think. B.O.B., your favorite bearded man, the one, the only, Bobbbaaaay. We'll catch you guys next time. See ya.